Hey there, fellow creators. Ben here from Cinder Studios, and it is 11:15 at night on Saturday, May 27th, and I am just now putting my studio time in. So, I didn't really have an announcement or anything last week when I didn't put a video up, and this week, this video is already going to be late, because I've been very focused in playing the new Zelda. As a large portion of the gaming community in the world has been. I played for about 12 hours today and did pretty much nothing else, so I'm like, okay, my neck hurts at this point. I've been sitting in the same chair for 12 hours. I should actually maybe go into the studio and paint or something, just to give my neck a bit of a break. So, here I am for this and the weekly video, which was important as well. So, I will be painting somewhere in this vlog. Wow, that's got a lot of updates. So a couple things to talk about today. First of all is probably the newest / oldest thing on the docket, so to speak, and it is something that is plaguing several of my friends, myself and myself, and a lot of artists in the professional community. And it's that two different pigments were recently discontinued by the major pigment manufacturers that make them, which means that the paint companies are getting screwed over. One of those colors is quinacridone burnt orange, which is PR206. That one was pretty devastating because that means Golden's alizarin crimson hue cannot be made in this formulation ever again, or at least until they find a new supplier for that pigment. So I have some of the open of that color left, and actually I was at Michael's and I saw they still had a 1 ouncer of or something in the high flow of the old version of the color, so I was like, buy it, buy it, buy it, buy it. So and I have so I have a decent amount of the high flow alizarin crimson hue, so I should be able to use that for at least a little while. I'm hoping it'll last me until they find a new supplier, but since it took them, I think, like 4 years to get a new one for Cobalt Teal, I don't have high hopes in these colors lasting that long. Now that one I was like, okay, it's a mixed pigment hue. I have several. I can always just sort of make a version of that color with what I have. The one that really screwed me up is the one that was announced last week, and that's one of the pigments that's in Indian Yellow Hue, which is that's the same as that's the Quin Burnt Orange that's in that as well, the 206. That, yeah, like it's in a lot of stuff, and one thing that Golden did that, while I appreciate the effort, and while I've been very keen on promoting Golden stuff, they have a new version called India Yellow Hue versus the Indian Yellow Hue, and I haven't contacted their customer support yet, but I'm still thinking about it because this as a replacement fucking sucks. Like, it's not even close. I did a side-by-side sample. I'm hoping, as long as I'm not on auto or manual focus, which I don't think I am. Okay, so the old one is here, the new one is here. And that difference, not so much in the matte tone. The matte tone's pretty close, but the glaze is wildly different. And I have no idea how they got, like, how did their product team release that thing with that big of a difference? And I'm like, this is f***ing unacceptable. So, I'm actually, I've been, while I have about a third of the Indian Yellow Hue left, I've actually been reaching for the new one, just because I'm not going to restock this color, considering that they just, like, their replacement is a shit show. So, kind of an issue. Now, the other one, which I also have in high flow, and the only other one I have in high flow that's weird like this, is quinacridone nickel azo gold. And while nickel azo yellow isn't going anywhere, quinacridone gold, PO48, is also discontinued. So here's another color that is this one is an absolute fucking staple in my regular color sets. I use this all the time for finishing glazes, and this one is no longer available either. Golden actually put up on on their Instagram, like, here's sort of a mixed replacement you can do for it. But I'm like, you guys already fucked up the Indian yellow. I'm not gonna force a replacement and have to buy 2 other colors to do this just to mix it, then mix it with more colors. It's completely ridiculous. What sucks more about this too is I shouted this color out, I guess it'll be 2 weeks ago now, in painting this piece for the How I Make a Painting one, which isn't quite done yet. I shouted this color out in that video, and you can't buy it anymore.
It's like watching your favorite restaurant burn down.
So, I'm more than a little pissed about all this. My thought of this is like, can I mix sort of these? Like, I know I'm really good at color mixing. Like, I don't have to have those. They're convenience colors. But forcing me back to really limited palette color mixing
is a real dick punch.
So, I've actually been looking at some other paint. I grabbed my old Blick catalog, which I can't believe they haven't put a new one of these out in a while, because this is the newest and it's from 2018. But the Old Holland company that makes pretty much the world's most expensive oil paint also makes a selection of acrylics called the New Masters acrylics. And they have, where are they? 5 different Indian yellow variants. So over the course of this week, I've been looking at different Indian yellows from different companies. And while some of them certainly are mixed pigment paints, one color that kind of keeps coming up is a PY 110 isodiolonely whatever yellow. We'll have put it by now on screen. That seems to be the most common one across other brands that is used either in a mixed pigment version or standalone to be an Indian yellow replacement or a permanent Indian yellow to match the historical color. So I will likely be looking into that one. And that's Old Holland's Indian Yellow Orange Extra is the one that it seems to be not have a highlighter down here. Apparently not. Yeah, it was there. It is actually of the ones that are on this page, the one that I kind of had a look at. So next time I'm buying from Blick's website, I might give that a try to see if it's anywhere close. My biggest concern with it is like, and that's the same thing too with the mass tone versus glaze with golden ones. They got the mass tone really, really close. But because the glaze is what makes their original Indian yellow so good, finding a replacement for that is tricky. So, that has been part of this week. So additionally this week, I've been trying to do like 8 different things, but kind of having some of the final meetings for the big gallery show coming up, which I haven't talked about at any major length in a couple of weeks, or actually a couple of months probably. It's mostly been giving updates on my Instagram. So for that show, I got some Cinderblock Studios logo stickers finally. The idea was to charge $1 for these, but with inflation and everything else like that, they cost about $1 to have printed, so I have to charge $3 per sticker, which to me feels like a lot, but I was actually over in Red Fishbowl Gallery, and I saw that they were charging $3 for stickers, so I'm like, okay, cool. So I feel like that's a better price. So I'll say like 3 for 1, 2 for 5, so that you get a deal on 2. And these will be sold at that show. I also have well, they're gonna have another print of the poster. The poster I have pinned to the top of my Instagram if you guys haven't seen it. But I got a printed copy for my own records, and just holding this thing makes me smile, because it's like there's the piece and that and all. Like I was seeing it just in digital files over and over again for a while, but actually having a physical copy to hold is super cool. And they got a local brewery to sponsor the event, so this whole thing will get reprinted, and they're gonna toss that logo somewhere in here as well, which is cool. But it's just like the fact that I'm holding this just puts an entire year's worth of work and just this one-off idea in my head. Everything's just coming to life, which is really cool. Additionally, they gave me the proofs for the prints, so there are a series of limited edition prints for the show as well. These are postcard watercolor prints, which I really, really like of the big piece. So there were things where it's like they were adjusting, saturation and hue and everything. And I was reviewing those. So there's, I think they're 12 by 18-inch prints for this one, and then there are some little ones. This is what, first proof, second proof, first, second. Here we go. So this is what they look like now. So there are a series that are this size. They're, I think, 8 inches square or something like that, and there's like 20 or so of these, and then there's ones that are, I think, 12 by 12 square that are this size as well. And this is for that other piece. So those will be available in addition to, all of the original work. And what's cool about the proofs is because these are sort of one of a kind, more or less, in the fact that they're proofs. And yeah, there are things with like a brightness adjustment. I sit here and look at them enough. I'm like, it's like, yeah, there's that little bit of subtle differences I can see. But to the untrained eye, you're not going to be able to tell the difference. So what's cool about these is probably sometime after the show, I will throw these up on the shop at cinderblockstudios.com and have the proofs available for sale at a fairly discounted price because, again, they were proofs, and especially for the first couple of runs of them, that they were oversaturated and a little too bright. You get a copy of one of the pieces while still being like, it's not going to be printed like that again. So it's like, yeah, okay. So I've got that as well. And those are going for that show. I actually want to grab off the tripod a minute. I will take you over here to show you this. So this won't be a finished piece like ever. This is actually just going to be the window display piece. So I'm taking my A-frame easel and the dried palette that I used to paint that and some of the splattered canvas drop cloth. And this is going to sit in the window as a display, sort of in-progress teaser for that show. So a week before the show launches, or sometime 2 weeks, actually it's coming up. The show is in like 2.5 weeks. It's 17th, so it's 3 weeks. It's literally right around the corner. So this piece, or this in progress sketch piece, is going to be in the window to kind of get people's attention, just passing by in the streets and to help hype up the show. I chose the warm colors plus higher contrast because it just works. But as a whole piece, I'm probably not finishing this. I'm probably when the show's over, I'm going to regesso it white and then do something else on top of it. But that's at least the plan for the window display anyhow. So all of that said, that's what's been going on in Showland and Colorland and all that mess. Super pumped for the show. Probably going to take down some of the currently sitting unstocked unsold copies of Kingdom of the Wind as some additional fodder for the show. And at that point, it's just like once everything's in and set up, and I will do my best to record a vlog, although a lot of it, that's probably going to be on my phone, for the setup and everything. But that's where that's sitting right now. So at this point, all I can really do is kind of wait and just try and keep things going, and with like everything's on track. Like the guys at the gallery are like, you're so far ahead of where every other artist who ever displays here is. Like there are artists like who are dropping off work like 2 days before the show, and they literally have every piece and have had every piece for over a week. It's last week I took the last pieces there last week. I think Monday, I think. I signed every print, and there were like 75 prints to sign, so I just sat there and just got to sign every single one of these, which was a real drag, but worth it. And yeah, at this point, it's just kind of about waiting it out. So, as far as what I'm going to do this evening, probably not a ton. I have this piece that I've been dying to get back to. Not getting to this tonight. But I did tell the guys at the gallery, I'm like, I might have one or two more pieces. And the one that I was thinking is this. Wee little, you probably can't really see it that well, but like Earth and a Moon thing that I call it low Earth orbit. And it's mixed media. There's acrylic, there's colored pencil on this. It's ink, I think, is the splatter. This I can probably just futz around with tonight and then maybe drop off with them either tomorrow or sometime throughout the week. And this will be like the real final last piece in for the show. But I'm going to mess with this. So, yeah. Alright, so I'm not even sure if I like this enough for the show. Swap my focus back. Hang on. Where'd that go? There. It looks okay. It's not great. I don't know. I'll have to sit on it for a couple of days and see if I want to put that in, but yeah, not my best for sure. So I'm gonna go ahead and set that aside. And that might be all I do tonight. I mean, it's 11:30. It's not like I'm even gonna have the energy for anything major. Also, this is funny. I happened to swing by Michael's a week and a half ago. It was one of those things where I was like up in that mall. It's always like, I'm here. Do I go in? Do I get anything? Do I need anything? No, I don't need anything. Actually, that's where I ended up picking up the last of the alizarin crimson hue in the little bottle to refill my big bottle. But yeah, between that, so I went and there was a really good canvas sale. It was like buy one get two free, and I'm like, damn it. Like that would be the time to get the giant canvases way up on top. But I was like, I really should not be spending money right now. So I just got 3 of these little 6-inch gallery wrapped squares, and I'll probably do like a triptych on them at some point. But I was like, man, if I knew that, it was like the last 2 days of this sale, and I was like, why did it have to be like I just God, it's just, yeah. And again, I don't need the canvas. I have crap loads of canvas. I think I've got 2 big ones from the last time there was a buy one, get one. They're like 24 by 30, like 42 or something ridiculous like that. What are these ones? They're 16 by 40s. Yeah, I don't need more canvas. I need to actually work on the canvas. I've actually realized that I really have to start. I talked about this. We're almost halfway through the year, and I talked about this in December, or early January. The last message to my subscriber thing about how much I really need to start building a regular sketch routine again, and I have not done that yet. Because the sketch, the old daily sketch routine, like that's where like all of my best ideas were coming out of, and I've been kind of riding on the mountainous backlog of ideas, but I do need to start playing with some new ones if I'm gonna even be able to play with. If I can't play with these ones unless I'm still generating new ones and continuing to work on that skill set. So I need some more time. Like the most recent sketch I had is the one for the multi-part series of this one, and this is from 2 months ago. So I need to work in my sketchbook again. I don't know whether or not that will be in video form. Probably not. I just really it might have to be just to give myself the extra accountability, and there should start being some things on my second channel again. Yeah, I have a second channel. I continue to get subscribers on that channel, even though I never upload on it. I don't know how that works. But anyway, yeah, I'm playing with that. And yeah, I think I just have to call it here. That's kind of what's been going on. Like the new Zelda has really been just the bulk of my free time right now, and is going to continue to be the bulk of my free time for at least another couple of weeks, probably up until the big show. So yeah, that's what's been going on at Cinder Studios. Hope you guys enjoyed this little glimpse into the tiresome world of me not getting into the studio because I've been too busy playing games, which I'm simultaneously really proud and horribly embarrassed about. So thanks guys for watching. This has been Cinder Studios, reminding you to keep on creating, and I will see you guys next time.